schedule drift with Lost Odyssey up to this point. The 54 minutes on the clock are actually a result of going over on time over the course of like 9 playthroughs of this game. So what I'm going to plan to do here is, since we've already given extra time to Lost Odyssey, we're going to set a soft stopping point about 45 minutes in, so when that clock says like 11:40-ish, I'm going to try to look for a save point to wrap up. And we'll keep going after that, obviously, to fill out the full hour, but I'll just do that for a few sessions until we catch up on the time. And that should help a little bit with drift in the future when Lost Odyssey returns. Right, so I think I want to attack these guys. I think the bug in the back eats these things if you don't kill them. It's really interesting that they have you input all the commands at once, but then they act in a different turn order. You can think about different games having wildly different rules for that sort of thing, right? Like Persona... Or not Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, you give your commands to your entire party, but then they all act before the enemies get to go. So you can strategize a lot around that, which is nice. Looks like they still get to go before the enemies, so it might not have been a waste. Ouch. Nice. Nice. Now the bug doesn't have anything to eat anymore. That's really cool. What's it from, Leon? It was not an abject failure. Sounds like a good thing. Alright, Kaim has level 3 white magic, 2 black-white, Seth has level 3 white magic. Which I'll double check what abilities those confer. Spellbook. Cure Seal. Cover. Turn somebody into a frog or remove frog status. Okay, that's not super critical, I guess. Skill Link. Jansen can still teach level 3 black magic. Let's do that. And Seth. Let's just teach them both level 3 black magic. That sounds good. I have another skill slot, so why don't we take it now? Oh, it requires 3, doesn't it? Oh no, it's just that I haven't learned it yet. I see. I understand now. Now, I think use white magic up to level 3. Okay, so I can swap this for something else. And more status effect immunity would be nice, probably. Let's do anti-blind. What about concentrate? No, that's not a... Unfortunately, concentrate isn't a... It's not a passive. It's like an ability you have to cast, and it's fairly expensive. Anti-sleep. What gear do they have, though? Because they can learn stuff from their gear, too. Alarm clock is anti-sleep. Yeah, I think we want alarm clock. She's still working on Guard Heal. Movie Chef by Jon Favreau. Did they kill the animals this year? How could they? Still feel like that's probably their best donation incentive in the sense that it draws about 50-50 support. Dropping more frames. I'm just gonna keep playing for now. I don't think it's terribly disruptive to Lost Odyssey in the way it is to other games. My apologies if it looks like a slideshow for a bit. The audio should be uninterrupted in theory. don't know if I have level 3 black magic, really. I guess I do. Seal Stone. Signs of Petrification. Must be 2 spells that I haven't picked up yet. Their attacks suck. Better than nothing. Alright, perfect. I need to watch Binging with Babish. Sounds like a cool channel. Oops. Least really. Yeah, I think it's gonna be slideshowy for a while, sorry. Anti-poison could be nice in this area. Figure out what element these guys are weak against. It tells me what element they are. Is water opposed to fire in this one? Or Twitch, whoever is responsible this time. That's Lil, who's also the voice of the smuggler in the Old Republic. Alright, let's equip anti-poison while we're in here. That's cool. Circlet recovers MP with Defend. Black and white magic up to 2. Can't do anything with those. Expecting these little pillars and stuff are going to be interacting with Mac when we get him back in our party. Huh. That didn't appear to do anything. Let's try going northwest. Near swamp.
Let's take a bow.
I've definitely oversalted before. Someone who cooks with no frequency at all. Alright, so these are like bombs, so they need to die sooner. Kill that thing. Assume these guys are also weak against water. Still dropping frames, I'm sorry. It'll look fine in the YouTube VOD, but it looks like crap on Twitch right now. Oh, you're cooking French fries. Like, chips are already salty enough.
That was a close one.
Set as guard heal. Swap that out here. She gets... Immunity to blind is probably good. Probably get more people with access to revealing the HP and status of enemies. Yeah, I put spices on everything. I don't think there's ever been a dish, really, unless if it's something that's super sweet, that I wouldn't put cayenne pepper on. needs to try it.
Better say your prayers.
Go, I want to fight these guys. I want to get blown up. I can't kill the silver frog yet. Those are like metal slimes. You need to get an ability later in the game that will let you do a random amount of damage to them. Oh, thanks, Spiky. Yeah, the Xbox is pretty loud, I can fix that. We had that problem last time, one sec. Almost, one sec. That should have fixed it. Let me know if it's gone. Alright. Seth. Attack. Balloon. Yes. Aqua. Yeah, it's a subtle noise. It's kind of like that thing younger people can hear, a noise that old CRT televisions make. You just hear a constant squealing sound. Oh shit. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I was worried it was going to do. Thanks, Spiky. Yeah, the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 are both pretty loud fans. And it's something I don't want to have that turned up all the time because the fan doesn't always get as fast. And it makes me sound robotic when it's not in the background, but if you notice it, feel free to tell me. I weep for all the people that are trying to get into streaming who stolen items. Don't have a regular in chat to tell them when they have some kind of problem like that. Salami they put on pizza? I don't think I've ever had salami on pizza. Do you mean pepperoni? It's another weird Kiwi term. I'm really excited because there's a Thai restaurant in town. Maybe I can talk Andrea into going there tonight. Thinking about it's making me want it. But I haven't found something on their menu that I'm really excited about. If you go to a restaurant like that your friends really like, and you'll go because it's alright, but nothing really sings to you. I finally found something on that menu that sings to me. It's a really good feeling. Get it Thai hot. It's like their Pananang curry. It's like a coconut curry. Spicy sausage. I've never really considered pepperoni to be a spicy sausage. I guess it technically is, isn't it? Like, I've gotten a condiment on pizza before called spicy sausage, but it's a different thing in the US, at least, from pepperoni. Yeah, I'm using them for healing, mostly because they suck at using combat magic. So I can use their MP for something productive, and also because I have the ring on both of them that regenerates their MP when they attack. I generally don't like coconut, but I don't know. If you make coconut really spicy, it's good to me for some reason, even though that's a weird combination of spice and sweet. that Thai iced tea, sweetened condensed milk or something. Man, this dropped frame issue is not going away. Thanks guys for bearing with it. Said Lost Odyssey can probably survive with slideshow mode, but Etrian Odyssey, I don't know if I want to play that. If it's going to be really choppy for y'all. Especially since I think most of this session is going to be grinding in this forest, as if I recall correctly, it starts to get pretty tricky around now. It's not too bad, prop? Okay, that's good to hear. Basically on my end, in the OBS software, there's a little indicator in the bottom right corner that's my bitrate. It should be like 3,500 kilobytes per second is what I'm streaming at. And when I'm dropping frames, that number will dip below 3,500, which means I'm not... The frames that I'm recording into my video file aren't all making it to stream. Sometimes it's not noticeable because the dip is so brief or the bitrate changes so slightly that it doesn't actually affect what you guys see. You're probably seeing it drop right now as I'm speaking, like seeing some slideshow effects. Yeah, this one's apparently on my... I guess it could also be on Twitch's end receiving the video stream, but... something that I can see. Yeah, I don't recommend capsaicin extract. It doesn't taste good. It tastes like battery acid. You can use it, a very small amount of it, to introduce spiciness to a dish, but I think I told you guys the story about when I ruptured the blood vessels in my eyeballs because I went to a wing restaurant that just used chemical capsaicin at the 16 million Scoville for their spicy wing challenge. It was a young man full of hubris, and I had told my friends in Columbus, Ohio that if any of them could find a hot sauce that would defeat me, that I would give them $50 if I hadn't found one that had beaten me yet. So, yeah, I heard there's this challenge at this little wing place, hole in the wall. Yeah, that sounds good, I'll give it a shot. And like everywhere else where I had tried hot food, usually they were pretty respectful about the whole thing. Like the person who did the hot sauce like, made it themselves or was a hot sauce enthusiast, but these guys, they didn't know what they were doing. Super gross, don't recommend chemical capsaicin. It's basically, you're ingesting something that's about 4 times the potency of pepper spray. Not something that's supposed to go into your stomach, and in fact it was awful enough on the way in that I just decided to make myself throw up. I had never done that before because I didn't want to deal with it after having eaten it. And that turned out to be a very good decision. Haha, that's awesome, prop. Yeah, K-John's is great. That's what I meant. Like, K-John's actually known pretty well in the hot sauce community outside of Columbus, Ohio. Like, there's a lot of hot sauce places. When we were living in California, we went to a place in San Francisco that had imported hot sauce from K-John's. It's like in this little boutique market thing that's in Columbus, Ohio. He's a cool dude, though. He respects hot sauce. If you go up and ask him, like, you know, which one should I get for flavor, he'll tell you. He'd probably look down on the wing place I was talking about with the chemical capsaicin. Russian roulette pizza. The other hot sauce challenge I had that went really poorly. Let's see. We went to this like burrito joint that had a hot burrito challenge. Like if you ate the whole thing, you got your whole meal free. And I was like, yeah, I can do that, no problem. It turned out that it was a very large burrito, and because they expected most people were just going to like take a bite of it and be like, ew, this is disgusting with the hot sauce, they didn't use any high quality meat. Like they used their shittiest grade F meat in it. And they didn't say in the rules that there was a time limit, so I'm just kind of eating it casually because it's kind of gross, taking my time with it. And they come up to me and say, hey, you only have 5 minutes to finish that thing. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, the challenge is that you have to eat it in 30 minutes, and it's been 25 minutes. I'm like, oh my god. I had like 80% of the thing left. That wasn't fun either. Not because it was hot, but because it was gross. You sometimes see Andrea, if you see her on stream, she has a shirt that says, Yo soy muy macho. It's because I ate that disgusting burrito and gave the t-shirt to her. Here we go. Slowly delete those old save files. You're wondering why I quit the game and reloaded it. This game has a really weird system by which when you load a save file, it restores your MP. It's one of those, why don't they just make it so that the save point fills your resources, if that's going to be the case. I probably should have healed first. I think it restores your MP, but not your hit points. Is that true? No, it's a full heal. Okay. There's always a trick, right? Yeah, I learned my lesson that day. I went into it thinking that the challenge was that it was hot, not that there was a lot of it and that it was gross. Like, if it's just that it's hot, then that's no problem. I think a lot of the challenge of eating hot stuff is a mind over matter thing. Like, I remember going to, there's a place called Quaker Steak in Lube. It's a wing place. They have these like atomic wings that, if you make a big deal out of it, they'll make you sign a waiver. But if you just order them and you're not making a big deal out of it and being all dramatic, then you just get them. It's fine. If you go into that like, oh man, we signed the waiver. Oh geez, it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have a hard time. 72-ounce steak. I think I saw that chaos when we were driving through. We drove through Amarillo on our way to move to California forever ago. Perfect. The steamed carrot is a bit spicy for me. Yeah, it's kind of like there's this RV guy in Indiana, like right on the Indiana-Ohio border, named Tom Raper, and he has hundreds of billboards rented for miles and miles. It's like, you're entering Raper country. Okay, cool. There's other like country corridors that people have possibly driven through, that just like iconic set of advertisements or something. Yeah, that's true, Specky. Sometimes you can nail have it be really, really hot and flavorful. Like I really like the flavor of ghost pepper. You can overuse it, but people are shitty at how estimating on doing things and make them feel. Yeah, I bet fullness is really hard. That was a basically instant random battle.
Don't let him get away!
Big tree. Probably weak against fire, I would guess. Yeah, right, Sornus. There's a big sign in Ohio, north of Columbus, that says "Hell is real." Roll my eyes every time I drive past it. That's awesome, Chaos. What was the food challenge? Was it to eat a lot of food? Makes it immune to fire. Or no, maybe that's a different mechanic. It says it's mind. I don't think I've noticed that before. Hell is literally that's okay, mine is like a thorns ability. It makes them reflect damage on you. That's cool. It's a cool mechanic. I don't think I've seen thorns in like a Final Fantasy game before.
What a waste of time.
Oh, that's cool. It's like Ethiopian food. They serve it on that big sourdough injera stuff. Oh man, I love Ethiopian food. I haven't had any in a really long time. Last time we had an Ethiopian restaurant was in California. Never had it before, I recommend it. They usually have vegan options for it too. Still need to watch Parks and Rec. I see a lot of those quotes pop up on Reddit from Ron Swanson and Tom Haverford. But we haven't been able to get past the first season. Apparently you're supposed to skip the first season. I love Aziz Ansari too. This drop frames issue is not going away.
What?
We can't kill this. I think we need to have Gamble to even have a chance. This is dodge animation. Well, maybe I can actually. Hit them pretty hard when I land. They'd have to not run away for several consecutive turns. They have like 500 health.
That wasn't very fun.
Yeah, I've heard that, Cass. Especially starting around Season 2. Oh, there's a save point here. Well, that's convenient. I did not realize that. Did not hit her. It's bullshit. Okay. Get my full heal. I will experiment with changing ingest servers. Since it does seem to be just a Twitch thing, it could be an ingest server problem, which is why you wouldn't see it for every streamer when we switch to Etria and Odyssey 4. So if I'm still having this problem at the end of Lost Odyssey, I'll give it a shot. You see the clip of that with James Franco? I'm not really sold on him as Tommy Wiseau. You'd say that the voice isn't important, but I think the voice is actually pretty important. I see where they want us to go. Wow, that's an interesting way to have you move around the boulder. Okay. Yeah. Manos is pretty bad. I think you should only watch Manos in the context of Mystery Science Theater, right? I did not read the book, no. That's what the movie's based on, The Disaster Artist? Is it a guy who's friends with Tommy Wiseau? Was he involved in the production? I know Tommy Wiseau is pretending like the movie was meant to be a parody the whole time. Dude, the controls for rolling this ball are really janky. It might be that you're not allowed to push it the wrong way. I don't think it's possible to look cool pushing a ball like this. Building the snowman. Well, I can technically push it the wrong way, sort of. I thought maybe it was supposed to go in this hole at first. This has to be failable, right? Can't pull it back as far as I can tell. It wouldn't let me push it in the hole earlier. Might have to just reset it and see if that works. Manos is one of the most famous Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes, too. Probably competitive with Plan 9 from Outer Space as the worst movie ever. That didn't reset it. Okay. Maybe it's an optional thing? Just see if there's a reset. I kind of don't want to lose it if it's an optional chest or something. It wouldn't go across loading screens, I don't think. Chamber of Stone Tablets. Right, Yukupo? Yeah. Something to be said for that sort of situation. He's like the lifelong equivalent of like telling a joke that happens to be really funny at a party. Everybody laughs really hard and then you keep trying to like resurrect it and not just let it go and move on. In his case though, it's like he was not trying to be funny in the room. It's very clear he was taking it seriously. Is this what we're supposed to do here? I mean, that seems like that's right. Like, where else would I guess I could put the ball on this platform, maybe? Oh, maybe that'll send this up. I think that's it. We get another platform over here on the side. Gotcha. Put a thing on the ground, like. For a tablet fragment. Huh. Fragment of a historically valuable Eastern tribe tablet. Interesting. I'll wait till I have another slot and try to split those among the immortals. Cool. Don't have to do that boulder pushing game again. Jeez. Best friends. Interesting. You're my favorite customer. There's that iron giant. Holy shit. Oh my god. That was actually kind of cool. I was not expecting that to happen.
Guess we have no choice.
It's a really good ventriloquist. Put the balloons first, so you can blow us up. Got Indiana Jones. Alright, 2 perfects. Oh, he's in the back row there, isn't he? So I'm not doing any damage to them. Pay closer attention to that. The magic bypasses that, I think. Wrong target. Yeah, the Colossus is guarding them. Interesting. MP back, we got that defend MP recovery skill. I think that might actually only be on Jansen. Okay, he'll get to go before the Resurrect? I ain't even trying to hear that. Dude, he was like 4 hit points away from killing him too. He's gonna blow up on his turn. Oh, maybe not. She's got a better magic stat than he does. And she doesn't cast black magic natively. Interesting. He just charged up, which is probably bad for me. This guy's maybe weak against wind. Seas. Magic. Probably could have equipped the thing that lets me do more damage versus hardened enemies. Double perfect. Don't hit Seth. That's the one character you shouldn't hit with that. Is in fact weak against me.
That wasn't very fun.
Seth misses out on some XP. Bummer. That she doesn't start from 1 health if she dies. Probably could have used Zephyr there, okay. I could see that he was Earth Element, but I don't know that the elements always map, if that makes sense. Like, not every wind elemental enemy is weak against the same element in Lost Odyssey. I don't think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and there is something predictable there. It's not like, as far as I know, it's not like Final Fantasy X, where certain elements always oppose each other. They do always map? Is it 1-to-1, like fire and water are always opposed and wind and earth are always opposed, like 10? Or is it a circle? So water beats fire, fire beats... What does fire beat then? Wind beats earth, beats water, beats fire, beats wind. Fire beats wind, that's weird. Wind blows the earth, earth sucks up the water, water douses the fire. Fire beats wind because reasons. We actually want the boulder to hit us at some point. These guys are pretty cool looking. No elements. Plant dragon. Fire consumes oxygen. There you go. Tell you, man. Live the quest to come up with an elegant 1-to-1 elemental system. Final Fantasy 11 was so close. It was so close. 11's elemental wheel was wind beats earth, earth beats lightning, lightning beats water, water beats fire, fire beats ice. So close. All those make sense. Ice beats wind. Fuck. I don't know if you could put something in between ice and wind to make it make sense. And then light and dark were just opposed, which is fine. I think poison was in there as a subset of water, which I know poison often shows up as its own element. Fire wood elect. That makes sense. Yeah. The wood kind of subbing in for earth, and electricity kind of subbing in instead of wind. I think electricity should be in an elegant system. It's too classic to not have. Alright, I'm on the other side of this thing.
Let's take him now.
Character limits feel flavorful. I think that the in-game lore Yukipo is that ice is ice blocks the wind. Okay. That's a stupid reason. Oh, that's in the back. I don't want to attack this yet. That flame sphere is suspiciously similar to the elemental things that you fight in Final Fantasy X. Should probably have him kill this thing because she does more damage. Him, the lifelong wizard, worse damage than a little girl. Wind is cold and that doesn't matter to ice. I like that one. Precision. What should ice beat? It's hard to say.
Oh, that was easy!
It's so cold in here, and my processor is operating at peak efficiency. I like Ice Beat's plant. Yeah. To argue for plant as a distinct and discrete element from Earth. Usually I think that would fall under Earth if you have that in your system. So you could bring in wood, right? We still gotta get around to something beating wind, though. I think wood's a good substitute for plant. You can fill in for that. If you're gonna have wood, though, you should probably have metal, and then that makes it even more complicated. Ice beating ground. That makes sense, yeah, I can hear that. Cool, and we'll stop there. It's a little bit before time, but it'll help with the drift we've had with Lost Odyssey so far. So I think we're pretty close to a boss in this one, to rescue Mac. I think I'm going to try to blink the stream, guys, to fix the dropped frames issue. Although it's basically past right now. How long is it going to be past, though? Anyway, let me split the recording and